Hey to you, welcome back. Problem number 231. Power of 2. We given an integer called n. We need to return true if it is a power of 2, otherwise we return false. A number is a power of 2 if it can be written as okay, let's give an example. So if n equals 1, it's true because 2 in the power of 0 will equals 1. If, for example, n equals 16, it's true as well because 2 in the power of 4 equals 16. If we have 3, it will be false. If n equals 3, it will be false because no number that can add to 2 that can give us 3. How to solve this problem? There is multiple ways to solve it. We can solve it using a loop or recursion. I guess we could use both. So in the loop, first we have a base case. If n is less than or equal 0, we return false. And after that, we create a while loop while n moduled by 2 equals 0. If that was the case, we will say n equals n divided by 2, and we return. And if actually the given integer n is a power of 2, in the end of this loop, n should equals 1. So this will turn it true or false. If we run it, it will be updated. Here, I guess it will be accepted. So this is the first approach. The second approach is to use a recursive function, and I guess in your interviews, if you even start with this approach, your interviewer, there is big chance he will ask you about using a recursive approach. So how we can do this? So a recursive approach is a function that will call itself over and over and over. So we'll have if statement here if n is less than or equal 0. We return false. We need to put some base cases. Because it's a function that calls itself, we need to put some base cases. So whenever we reach these base cases, we basically stop calling force the function to stop calling itself over and over and over. So here, if n equals 1, we return true. So here we navigate or 0, which basically it's not a power of 2. If n equals 0, it's not a power of 2. If n equals 1, basically this is a base case, because n 2 in the power of 0 will equals 1. If n moduled by 2 doesn't equal 0, we return false. Here, basically, if the number is not divisible by 2, which basically can't be a power of 2, it's simple. And in the end, we will call this function again. Basically, we're recursive with n moduled m divided by 2. N divided by 2. And that's it. Let's run. It worked. Let's submit it. Voila, it did work. So yeah, we have two approaches to solve this problem, and I believe the recursive one is a more advanced one, and I believe you also, but I would say, my opinion, start with not ask you, since the recursive is not that easy. I would say recursive problems are hard to understand, and it's so yeah, that's